In my continuous exploration of different RCR planes, I really couldn't miss this one. So this is the FMS PC21 Pilatus. It's an 1100mm wingspan RCR plane. And this is kind of special because first of all it does have this 5-bladed prop in front, which is the first for me. I've flown 2-bladed, 3-bladed, 4-bladed, and this is a 5-bladed. So it's will be really interesting to see how this one sounds. This is a more or less fully featured RCR plane, so it does feature retracting landing gears. It does have flaps. The one thing it does miss is actually LED lights. There are no navigation lights on this one. It's a striking design. It's a little bit odd looking, and I would say that the overall shape of the RCR plane reminds me more of an EDF jet RCR plane, because it's quite long. It got this kind of a missile nose to it, and the wingspan isn't too wide. So it's going to be really interesting to see how this one flies and how it will compare to other low-wing RCR planes. So let's head to the flying field and explore this Pilatus PC21. This is going to be an interesting flight. I don't know what to expect from this one. It looks fast and kind of cool, so I have a really foggy morning today. But thankfully the PC21 is red, so visibility will be really nice. Let's get it up in the air then. Gears are up, and it's a really nice and easy short takeoff. So I'm going to explore the control surfaces just to get a sense of where the limits are. So I'm running this on 100% rate with a 30% expo, and it doesn't feel to be over controlled at least. I did put some white stripes underneath the wing near the edges, just to have a little bit more orientation markers. But with the long nose, I think orientation is quite easy to tell. It does have really nice prop sound also. I never flown an RCR plane with the 5 blades, so I didn't know what to expect, but I really liked the I don't know, annoying noise from the prop, which it's a feature I appreciate very much. I have to say, this one just feels really easy to fly.
Time remaining 3 minutes.
Not too fast. I had actually expected a little bit more speed. And even though the fog is all over the football field, the red color makes it just super easy to see. I have to really push the elevator up to have it fly level. And I went inverted.
Time remaining 2 minutes.
So 2 minutes left on the timer, and I've just explore how slow this one can fly. It does float really nice. Doesn't require much throttle to fly.
Takeoff flaps.
Flaps are engaged, just a little bit of braking at first, but no ballooning after that. And it does really go slow. Look at it, it's just magically floating in the air. Although the wing isn't that has that huge area really, but it surely just likes to float, this one. Really nicely behaved flap flying.
Time remaining 1 minute. Gear down.
The gears are down and they did deploy in a good way. So I will do one more lap around the field. And just look at it, it looks really nice. And it flies so amazingly slow as well.
30 seconds.
So the final turn then before getting it down. Just letting it drop and then have a flare at the end. It's a really nice landing for this maiden flight of the FMS Pilatus PC21. So it's a truly easy RS airplane to fly, this one. I honestly didn't know what to expect from this FMS Pilatus PC21. But I did actually had some fears that this would be a difficult RC airplane to fly, that it would be too speedy and agile and a little bit difficult to control overall. But I was totally wrong. This is a super easy RC airplane to fly. Takeoff is easy, landing is really easy, and it flies predictable and nothing surprising really about it. I did also expect this one to be more speedy, but this is not a speedy RC airplane in my book at least. It doesn't feel speedy when you fly it, although it does have this really nice 5-bladed prop in front. And speaking about the prop and the prop noise, I think this one is really silent when it flies. So that does also make it sound less fast. So I mean, it's a fully featured RC airplane with flaps with retracts, and I didn't experience any ballooning. I did of course do a flap to elevator mix, so I think I had like 20% for full flaps, which works nice and nothing, no really serious ballooning at least going on. The retracts then, they work really nice. I've experienced a few times when I had this on my bench that this door won't really close and the wheels doesn't retract all the way in. And it's a little bit sad to actually see an RC airplane which doesn't have no damping at all on these retracts. So as long as you have a good landing, it doesn't matter, but when you do have a bad landing, retracts can easily get, there's like a screw inside which can get bent, and then either you have to replace the retracting landing mechanism or you have to open it up and just straighten the screw. So it can be a pain in the butt really to get it right. So if you just look at inside, there's a nice latching mechanism over here, and it's this interesting, a little bit different pilot figure, which I really like. So inside, over here I have my Spektrum AR637T, and this is where you're supposed to put the battery, but if you put the battery in this position, this one will be tail heavy, so I instead put a Velcro strap in front, and I have the battery going along this Velcro strip, and then it is actually balanced also. So it's a little bit odd that FMS hasn't really checked that the battery position makes the plane balanced, which is a really odd thing. This one does also go together really easy. I think you have like 4 screws for the main wing and 4 screws for the rear stabilizer, and of course you have to attach the spinner and the prop, but other than that it's just more or less fully assembled. You you have to of course put in your own receiver because this is a P&P plug and play version RC airplane. So I mean, flying this one was just easy, and what surprises me was that it really slowed down nice with flaps also, so I could make this just kind of slow turns around this football field. So I mean, everything from takeoff to landing, and landings are not difficult. Of course, you have to have some speed, because you have too low speed, it will certainly tip stall you somehow. So just keep up speed, and landings on the landing gears worked really nice on this grass field at least. I think maybe if you land on harder surfaces like concrete or asphalt, maybe it will bounce a little bit because there are no dampening. So I mean, I did expect it, I want to fly faster, to be more agile, a little bit more challenging to fly. But it's not, it's a really easy flying RC airplane. It's also kind of odd looking. So I mean, I have a kind of a mixed feelings about it. I will certainly fly it more, and maybe I will start to like it, or maybe I won't and just sell it. But that's my thoughts about this FMS Pilatus PC21.